Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And today I got early access to another film from my friends over at Terror Films. The movie that I'm referring to is the 2025 film Run from Hell. This was directed and written by Sean Brown and Luke Gosling. So I always thoroughly enjoy getting screeners from terror films, mainly because I get to see the highs and lows of low budget cinema, as it appears at least most of what they have are low budget films. Some of them definitely feel like they could be in theaters, but a lot of them are going to be of that lower quality. Now, that definitely does not mean bad though, because low budget horror is sometimes some of the best. So here's the concept for this film, or at least as much as I could piece together about it. We have a group of strangers who have been thrown together in an unfortunate situation where they were all doing different things in the woods, and then a group of cultists have captured each and every one of them and are apparently trying to feed them to a hellmouth or a hell portal. Now, I don't feel like there's a ton more to the plot there, as you're kind of thrown into the middle of the story and are figuring things out from there. So, as for some of the things that I enjoyed about this movie, I like the atmosphere and their use of the woods. Where they were filming, it felt like it was real, it felt like it was an actual place, and it honestly probably was. But that was definitely one of my favorite parts. I also really liked the look of the cultists. It was pretty easy all of a sudden to be like, okay, those are the bad guys. Now, as for the actual main characters in this story, they do add a couple of vignettes throughout the movie to give you a small taste of who they are and kind of what brought them to this forest. But I do also feel they didn't do a good enough job of really getting to know at least some of them. So you got a better idea of who they were or who to root for, or if you disliked any of the characters. So, my personal opinion on low budget horror is obviously coming into it, you know that the cinematography may not be the best, the locations that are used, or the acting or the visuals may not be the best, the effects, but there are three things you can do to make a low budget film better. And they're all going to start with the word compelling. Compelling characters, compelling villains, or a compelling story. Now, when it came to the characters, I really felt like it should have gone more in depth, at least a little bit more. When it came to the villains, I really wanted to know, at least by the end of it, something about them. And I think that's one big detractor I had is I just felt like there wasn't enough information, or at least a concept of why they were doing or what they were doing. And then when it comes to the actual story, this was very close, in my opinion, to being a bit more entertaining than I actually thought it was, but it still needed a little bit of work. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't see this one, because every film, especially when some amount of passion and love and work is put into it, does deserve to be seen. But for me, it just didn't actually hit for what I wanted to watch here. So, at least for me on my scale, I'm giving Run from Hell a 2 out of 5. Definitely check it out for yourselves. It is now available to watch on Scare Network TV, Kings of Horror, Watch Movies Now, Shocks and Docs, and of course the Terror Films YouTube channel. So, like I said, go check it out for yourselves, decide if you enjoy it, and then come back and let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Skewed Reviews. And of course, a big thank you to my friends over at Terror Films. Thank you so much for allowing me to watch these early access screeners, and please keep doing so. Low budget horror is always something that should be celebrated, talked about, and of course, continue to be made.